In the blackness of space, an Imperial cruiser drifts abandoned. 4 factions seek to claim the riches hidden in its holds. But the dark holds many secrets, some best left unexplored. The next play on 40K Legends series is here as we dive into a 6-part narrative pitching the Ultramarines.
Brothers, we are not alone on this ship.
The Votann,
Rock and Stone!
the Death Guard,
Yes, Foxwalkers, go forth and breed!
and the Tyranids. We're using the boarding actions rule set from Games Workshop and adding a little bit of flavor of our own. The players will explore the ship and gain upgrades and battle scars that will persist across the campaign, fighting over which faction will ultimately control this ship and its treasures. I'm JT the Voice, and I'll be your guide through these episodes, as well as acting as the Games Master, allowing me to mess with the players however I see fit. Welcome to Terror in the Void. Welcome to episode 3 of our 6-part narrative boarding action series. In the first episode, the Votann and Ultramarines fought an infestation of Tyranid monstrosities while mysterious warp portals opened all over the ship. In our second episode, the Votann sought to investigate the lower levels and discovered the Death Guard were the source of the evil presence. The Votann were soundly beaten back and fled the lower decks. However, the Votann have been cut off from escaping. The Death Guard are pursuing them, for the Death Guard believe this ship belongs to them. The Space Marines have fared no better. After falling back and regrouping, they made ready to leave this accursed vessel. However, a surprise attack by Tyranid forces destroyed their escape craft, forcing them to retreat and find other options. Recognizing their shared plight, the Ultramarines and Votann have tentatively agreed to work together as the Emperor's Peace escape pods are still intact, and it may be their only way off the ship. If they're to have any hope to use them, they must hold key junctions around the ship. Will the Alliance hold? Can they put aside their differences and survive? Or will the Tyranid and Death Guard overwhelm them? Let's find out in this episode of Terror in the Void.
Hey everybody, this is Space Marine Steve at Play on Tabletop, and I am here to continue our boarding actions campaign.
The Hungering Shadow returns. He's back. He had a pretty rough fight the first time around, and this time he's brought a biotide.
His corpulence, grime guts, the repulsive, is here again.
The Votann have found themselves in a place where they need to put their trust in some Space Marines. Can they trust them? This Votann raiding party is led by Theo the Mechanic, who's an Iron Master. Backing him up is his buddy Eugene Bossart, an Iron Here champion, who's really gonna be my battle tank. I've also brought 2 units of Hearthkin Warriors and a unit of Hearth Guard.
Unfortunately, there are a few too many heretics and Xenos on this ship for me to do this alone. And I can maybe trust these Votann to help me purge this place before my inevitable betrayal. My army being led by Lux Cosinus and his trusty shield mate Lucky. They are going to board this spaceship, hunt for treasures, and purge it of any enemy presence.
Me and Tycho's Death Guard are both going for the same purpose, and that's to take care of these Votann and Space Marines on the ship. Can't say we're allies, but can't say we're enemies either. I've switched things up for this game, and I've switched over to the biotide. I have my Hungering Shadow, which is my winged Tyranid Prime, who's leading the pack. He has the enhancement Close Quarter Killer. I've got a second Tyranid Prime with superior boarding. I've got 3 units of 10 Termagants. I've also got 2 units of Hormagants. The bugs are here. We're going to overflow and flood this ship.
The bugs. That's an interesting wrinkle. We'll have to study them. This boarding actions campaign is heating up. I'm gonna be playing Grime Guts the Repulsive. He's gonna be bringing it to Nick with his giant axe. Already got some notches in it, let's put a few more. I will show them how silly their attempt at boarding my ship will be. Prepare to be repulsed in more ways than one. Let's get it on!
This is a 4-way boarding action right from the boarding actions book, and the Marines and Votann have teamed up. They need to survive and control objectives at the end of the game and will score 30 points for each one that they do. The Demons and Death Guard will corrupt objectives and get 20 points per objective they corrupt. They need to do that in their command phase, and they'll be able to affect the board state when they successfully do so, be it turning off the lights, opening and closing doors, or even affecting the gravity plating on the ship. Shenanigans abound, and you know I love my shenanigans. The possessed heart of the ship will make 2 appearances this game at a time of my choosing. I will never let them know what's coming. This episode is brought to you by Baron of Dice. Baron of Dice is your go-to source for resin dice. That's right, hand-swirled resin and silicon molds provide a heavier, more balanced, and most importantly, bubble-free die that is then precision machined and laser engraved with no imperfections, no balancing issues, no micro bubbles, and no mold lines. They offer square corners, round corners, matte finish, 6-sided or polyhedral sets, and of course, customized dice for your gaming needs. Make sure to check out Baron of Dice at the link in the description below and use code PLAYON to save yourself a couple of bucks off every order.
Welcome to the end of the first arc of our boarding action series. We've got 3 more games planned, but they are only going to be for our exclusive members. Make sure you join a YouTube membership or Patreon to continue the series. A 4-player 2 versus 2. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
The Votann have allied
Loosely.
with the Space Marines against a team of Death Guard and Tyranids.
Team,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need not help.
Basically, they score points together.
My betrayal of you is pretty inevitable.
Tycho and Mubin are trying to corrupt this ship, and we're trying to stop it.
Why do you guys like things so slimy?
You guys get points for controlling objectives and then corrupting them. And me and Steve only get points for holding objectives at the end of the game. We get 30 points for holding objectives, and you guys get 20 points per every objective that you corrupt. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 objectives. That's right, we are playing with 2 levels today, and you can go through the doors to get into this bottom level. There are various access points like here, the stairs, some doors, some more stairs, some more doors, and if you end a move within 1 inch of that access point, you may decide to put your unit in strategic reserves and then on a subsequent turn, pop up at any other of these access points, which allows the Tyranids to jump on the other side of the board and vice versa.
Interesting.
It's gonna be amazing.
We actually each have independent turns. We only get command points on our turn. We can only fight close combat attacks in our turn. The only exception to this is stratagems such as counteroffensive or fight on death. Ready to go, guys?
Born ready. Let's do this.
Roll to see who's going first, second, third, and fourth.
For Nago.
Emperor's toilet seat. Yeah!
Votann!
Oh, it's all Steve all day.
The movement currently is going last. Steve's going first, and the 2 of us are competing for second and third.
So it's Steve. Here.
Well, that worked out pretty nicely. Counterclockwise it is.
It always seems like I go last in these things.
I need to put 1 judgment token down. I think I'm gonna judge these plague points. That means I get to reroll hits against you.
Nick, Steve, and Movement all have superior boarding tactics as their enhancements, so they start the game with 2 command points.
We all took superior boarding.
I had to give up one of my enhancements because I don't have enough characters.
Looks like Steve's gonna be going first, and in his command phase, Steve's chosen to Oath of Moment on the Termagants. He will go to 4 command points at the start of his turn.
I'm going to just kind of hang out.
He sets his Infernus Marines to Overwatch. The Assault Intercessors have secured a site.
Because they're battle line, they're able to do that. It's an action that they take that effectively stickies the objective.
That could be really important in this game.
Access points for people watching here and here. Basically, the Tyranids can crawl through and blast away here or open this door.
On to Tycho's turn,
Alrighty, I get 2 command points. I'm gonna start wandering around.
a squad of Poxwalkers will head below decks to pop up elsewhere next turn. The Plague Marines have moved up to get onto that objective. They're going to secure that site to hold it, and that is important because next turn he'll be able to burn the objective. Poxwalkers advance and will head into reserves through that elevator in front of them.
I'm gonna be opening a door down here.
Going on to my turn.
Next turn now, and he goes up to 4 command points. He's using Relic Cipher for 1 command point. He's going to open a door anywhere on the battlefield, and he can do that once per game. That is going to give Nick some shots here.
I'm gonna open this door. Yeah, so now we're gonna go into my shooting phase. So to Overwatch with Eugene Bosshart.
He set some multiple overwatches and secured a site. Now he's finally shooting his railgun into a Plague Marine, and down it goes. Second railgun shot, a 6 on the save. Nice save on the railgun.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
My turn.
Move it.
I go to 4 command points. Yay. Let's start moving things.
Termagants will advance outside of Flamer range. Well done, sir.
I'm going into underneath.
The Oath of Moment Termagants run under the command deck. They're going to try to grab that objective underneath there.
End of movement. The Termagants that moved up to that big door there, they're gonna pop that open. So we're gonna go into shooting.
Movement is using Swarm Hunters here for a command point. His models will not block line of sight to each other. That is huge. In boarding action, your own models will block you for line of sight, so with Swarm Hunters, he doesn't have to be affected by that. Nice.
And because they're within synapse, they get to reroll all their hit rolls. On 4s, re-rolling.
Steve's got to make 5 saves, and Mubin manages to kill one of the Infernus Marines.
Excellent job, Mubin. The Space Marines are falling.
That's it for turn 1. Much positioning on this turn. I think we're going to see some serious conflict on turn 2, and I hear rumblings in the bowels of the ship.
Brothers, secure the bridge. Ready your weapons. The Horde comes.
Start of turn 2, Steve.
Well,
No points to score because those happen for us at the end of the game. We are in control of 1, 2, 3, 4 objective markers right now. You're gonna have to handle the swarm. I'll try to deal with Tycho.
Steve goes to 6 command points and Oath of Moment on the Termagants. Here they come. The Marines are going in.
I'm gonna go into my shooting phase.
Infernus Marines into the non-Oath of Moment Termagants. He downs 3 of them, and the battle shock is passed.
The Hellblaster squad, they're all gonna shoot into the same squad.
Movement spends a command point on onrushing hordes. He's gonna be -1 to be hit.
On 4s, I'm not overcharging. I don't need that nonsense in my life. And then on 2s. So 3 AP minus 2s.
That's just gonna kill 3 of them.
That whole squad could have been dead here if I rolled just a little hotter on those flamers.
Infernus Marines charge the Oath of Moment target. He's spending Vox Amplified Roar for a command point, forces a battle shock test on Mubin, and he passes.
And into those Termagants they go.
Infernus Marines punch up the Termagants. 6 of them are dead. No fight back, as in 4-player boarding action, you actually don't get to fight back until it's your turn, which means the counter-offensive stratagem is gonna be really important in this game.
That is the end of my turn, so I pass to Tycho.
I head up to 4 command points. Yes, corpulent. Because I'm in control of this objective, I can choose to corrupt it.
You need a 2-up.
What if you roll 1?
Tycho, you got this.
It's a 1.
Is it what?
You know, it's
I told you got this.
Yeah, thank you, Mubin.
So whenever you guys corrupt one of the objectives, first, it goes away. Second, you score 20 points. So that you're up 20 to nothing.
They get 30 for holding at the end of the game, but that's all they score, whereas we get 20 for everyone we destroy.
You get to choose from different bonuses.
I like bonuses.
All of our shooting is reduced to 6. Open or close up to 3 doors. 3, you can turn off all our Overwatch.
And it also prevents anyone else in the same battle round from doing more.
Or, until the end of the attacker's next command phase, the defenders cannot gain CP, which means you would prevent me and Steve from gaining CP. So those are all amazing bonuses.
So I'm going to shut off the command points for the opposing team.
Plague Marines move into position to shoot those Hearthkin.
Oh, look at that. I think he can pop up to this stair right here and get a little shot down at them.
Einhir champion overwatches, no joy.
Excuse me, boys. I have some Poxwalkers about to join the party. So the end of my movement phase is going to be quite the phase.
Poxwalkers pop up right next to those other Hearthkin. Poxwalkers pop up into the landing bay as well.
The Death Strike Terminators are deep striking underneath the ship so they can pop up in next turn. I love it. That's fun.
I have some shooting. Plague Marines down here. They can see up at your Hearthkin. Plague Spewer. Oh, that's a biohazard, Nick. Looking for 2s. 5 wounds. -1, no cover for you.
5-ups. I saved none. Unfortunately, you can only kill the guys you can see. So that means this guy here.
The Plague Spear kills those 2 gunners. That's huge. Those are Nick's best guns.
Plasma Gunners. Hits twice. It's not overcharged. Looking for 3s. 1 wound. -2.
Kills them. Which means I no longer hold the objective.
The charge phase. Let's go the short charge of the Poxwalkers into the Hearthkin Warriors.
Don't roll Snake Eyes.
I believe in the Snake Eyes.
Poxwalkers make their charge. More Poxwalkers charge the Hellblasters. Tycho spending a command point on Chink in the armor to get lethal hits on 5s, and the Hearthkin lose a model.
But you're already full strength, so you don't get any more Poxwalkers.
I am then Going to interrupt.
Steve uses counteroffensive for 2 command points into the Termagants. Nice counterplay here.
9 wounds.
Well done. That's a high five, Worthy.
Hey, look at that. They're all dead. Wow.
And then the Infernus Marines are going to consolidate into the Hormagaunts. It's about making sure that he doesn't get to move where he wants to move. See, if this were regular Warhammer, I don't know if I would love to do that, because then they would get to attack in this fight phase. But now he has to wait. Yeah, he could just interrupt right now.
Absolutely, I'm going to.
Mubin with the counteroffensive now. He goes down to 0 command points. Steve responds with In the Emperor's Name. He's going to get a 5-up field of pain against those attacks. Only 2 wounds, and Steve makes a saves.
Didn't even need that CP thing.
Ocean of command points flowing out the door for all that.
Poxwalkers only managed to move the Hellblasters once.
We're being swarmed.
That would be fine.
Will we?
If you start pulling your weight, yeah.
I've taken most of the losses. We end your turn.
We're up 20-0.
20-0!
Nick's turn 2 now. He's at 3 command points as he's not going to gain any thanks to Tycho messing with the communications network. His red Hearthkin have failed their battle shock. Red Hearthkin will move forward. On your champion, Eugene Bosshart moves up as well. The Hearthkin and the Hearthguard move to the top of the stairs.
This unit of Hearthkin warriors are going to advance.
The orange Hearthkin have advanced towards the door. The Broker Ironmaster has also moved up.
At the end of the movement phase, we're gonna open this door.
And the Hearthguard close the door.
And then these 2 units are gonna go into strategic reserves. They're gonna go underground. Shooting phase.
Nick spending a command point on point-blank ambush. That's going to make all of his guns pistols, firing into the Poxwalkers.
Hitting on 4s. It hits. Does it wound? It does. It's devastating too. Does 2 devastating wounds.
Poxwalker!
It's actually D3 plus 3, so it's 3 more. It was a good roll. I'm sorry.
Close, but no cigar.
The bolters becoming pistols and wound you 3 times. No minus.
I ignore 1. 2 more down.
Theo, the mechanic, the Iron Master, is going to set Overwatch, and then we're going to go into the charge phase.
On your champion charges into the Poxwalkers, swinging away with his mass hammer, and he's killed 5.
Ooh, that's not bad. There's only 2 left. And then 3 attacks for the regular guys, hits you 3 times.
The Hearthkin now have wiped the squad of Poxwalkers.
That's my turn.
Oh, gentlemen, hold on a moment. I'm interrupting you. That's right. The Terror Ghost is going to scream across the deck and do mortal wounds to anything underneath it.
This thing has come from the second game, the ghostly warp entity. It's come up from the bottom and it's now going to sweep across the table. So basically, we take the center and then there's a 4-inch zone that extends across the entire table. There's a 4-inch zone, 4-inch zone, and then 3 more on the other side. We roll a single D6, and every single unit that's within that lane receives D3 mortal wounds. 6!
No.
Comes in this section.
Space Ghost, coast to coast. Here it comes.
The prime first.
I'll let you roll for it.
Already. Ooh, it's 3. I'm sorry. On to the Hormagaunts. 2.
Infernus!
3. Just the 1. It's the 1. Does he ignore it? No.
All the Hellblasters. All the Hellblasters.
2.
As the Hellblaster dies, on a 3-up, it gets to shoot one of its weapons. It does. So I shoot my bolt pistol into the Poxwalkers. I hit you. I don't.
The captain.
Lux Cosinus.
Oh, the big 3!
2 wounds remaining on the captain. On to Eugene.
Art!
Only 1.
He's had experience with this guy before. 4 wounds left.
And the Hearthkin. 1.
Well, that was devastating.
Just after an enemy fought, I can interrupt.
Could interrupt, but if you interrupt, then Steve can interrupt. But if you don't interrupt, then Steve can't fight.
Tycho's using counteroffensive here to try and kill another Hellblaster, and he does.
Anyways, I'm gonna spend 2 command points and I'm gonna counter-offensive.
I'm sorry, I screwed up over there, didn't I? Oh well.
Steve spends his last 2 command points to punch the Hormagaunts with the Infernus Marines again.
Yeah, you kill 4. I think my turn is done. I score no points, of course, because we don't score till the end. Movement's turn 2.
2 command points for me.
Yay! Movement's turn 2 now passes all of his battle shocks. Oh, here comes the swarm of bugs.
That room needs to get picked up.
Going underneath.
So those Termagants are going to advance.
You're currently controlling that objective. Well done.
End of the movement phase, these 4 Termagants are just going to slink into the shadows as well, go into reserves. And now we charge my Warlord into those Infernus Marines. I'm tired of their nonsense.
The winged Tyranid Prime makes his charge.
Winged Prime fighting into the Infernus Marines. That is my Warlord with the enhancement that allows him to reroll all wound rolls on 2s. And then winning on 3s, rerolling. 4 saves, EP 1, 2 damage each. I've got 2, all right. Hormagants are gonna fight into the Infernus Marines because they're still in combat. So stabby stab. EP 1, 1 damage.
Oh, I take a wound.
And that will conclude my turn.
And at turn 2, one objective has been corrupted. That sees Movement and Tycho to a 20-point lead, but beware! The void-soaked bones of the ship are weary, but not beyond striking back themselves.
Kill them all. Come from below and tear them apart.
Turn 3, gents.
It's my turn, isn't it?
Start round 3, and Steve's Infernus Marines have failed their battle shock. He's chosen to oath the moment the gaunts on the catwalk, and he gets no command points because of the communication interruption thanks to Tycho.
Okay, great. So movement.
Minimum movement from Steve here. He really doesn't have a lot to do.
Alrighty, my shooting phase. Blade Guard Ancient, and he is going to shoot the wall with his pistol.
Certain kinds of wall sections, you can blow them up as long as you hit.
I don't hit.
So it begins.
And then the 3 heavy bolt pistols off of...
Go on with the 2s.
No, I hit it.
And the assault intercessors will fire into the gaunts. The pistols are seriously going to work.
The Infernus Marines will shoot their pistols into the Hormagaunts that they're locked in combat with. On 3s, 2 hits on 3s. 1 wound AP, nothing.
5 this time. Hey, it's a 6.
Bolt pistols from the Hellblasters into the Poxwalkers. Ow! Then the captain will shoot at the hearth. Sorry, no.
What?
I apologize.
What was that?
Muscle memory, Nick.
Charge phase now, Captain into the Poxwalkers.
Assault intercessors are all going to charge into...
Zinch is watching. Snake Eyes.
Oh, Zinch was watching! Oh, chaos!
Wow. Steve, come on, man!
Sometimes dice tell stories.
Oh no, the assault intercessors have failed their charge. If only he had a command reroll from command points that Tycho took away. Blade Guard charge succeeds.
All right, here we go.
Blade Guard managed to kill 6 gaunts. Captain has killed a bunch of Poxwalkers.
I'm going to spend 2 command points for counteroffensive. The Tyranid Prime.
Movement's counteroffensive, and all the Infernus Marines finally die. Great command spin from Movement.
Let's start at the beginning.
Very good place to start.
Advance the Plague Marines as a 5. Hi.
Well, as he moves in range, I am gonna use his Overwatch. Rah! Nothing.
And up from below come the Terminators.
The Lord of the Contagion.
Shooting time. I've got 2 Plague Spirit Gauntlets into your Hearthkin Warriors, and 2 Plague Spirit Gauntlets into the Brokir Ironmaster. Into the Hearthkin Warriors. 10 hits.
Killed 3 of them. Feel no pain on 6s. Nope, 3 dead.
Into the Brokir Ironmaster.
I fail all 4. So you kill all the ECOGs and 1 wound on the assistant.
Terminators are going to be charging the Brokir Ironmaster, taking out the head of the Votann. That's not an 11. Poxwalkers into the Hellblasters. Look at that.
Lord of Contagion.
Into the Hearthkin Warriors.
Terminator Captain messing up the Hearthkin. Poxwalkers have failed to damage the Hellblasters at all.
That's my turn.
It's my turn now, Tycho. I get command points now. Your shadow aura thing is gone.
Nick's turn 3 now, multiple battle shocks failed. However, he needs to kill more than he needs to hold. Still 20-0. Nick's at 4 command points.
Boss art, I'm your champion. Unfailable charge. I think it's time for Theo to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
The broker moves to block the door. That'll way fail the mechanic. He's trying to block the Terminators from moving through it.
They're super dead.
If this guy doesn't die, we're in trouble.
Oh, we're in big trouble if he doesn't die. Going to the end of my movement phase, and reinforcements are going to come up. They've been traveling on the ground. The Hearthguard and 1 unit of Hearthkin.
The Hearthguard have popped up in the cargo bay. It's the Warehouse Gambit. This will go down in history. Will it succeed? The Hearthkin have arrived to assist into the Terminator Captain.
Going to the shooting phase now, and this unit of Hearthguard are going to fire.
Hearthguard split fire. Gaunts are down to 4, and 4 wounds remain on the Prime. Eugene Bossart shoots, and so do the Hearthkin into the Terminator Captain. He laughs.
Nick.
I'm not worried.
Nick.
It's a close combat army. We're good.
Nicholas.
I'm waiting for him to fail to roll into the Termagants, just like Steve did.
We're going to go into the charge phase, and we're going to declare a charge with the Hearthguard into double charge into both of them.
It's like a 4 to the prime.
It better not be a 3.
3.
I can do it. It's a 5.
What happened to all your 3s?
Hearthguard charging into both Gaunts and Winged Prime. Eugene Bossart reaches as well. Hearthkin also charged the Terminator Captain.
That's all my charges. Let's fight. You can interrupt.
Oh, yes, I can.
You can't interrupt.
Nope.
So let's go with Bossart first.
Einhir Champion with devastating wounds. No joy, it's save.
Interrupt us.
Tycho interrupts with counteroffensive into the Einhir Champion, Eugene Bossart.
I'm guts.
2 wounds. Let's call that 4 wounds.
Look at all that biohazard, Nick.
1 goes through. 3 damage. He's down to 1 wound. He's alive. Hearthkin will fight. And doesn't work. So that was it.
Into the Winged Prime now, and the Gaunts need a command reroll. The Winged Prime is down and only 1 Gaunt left. The Warehouse Gambit so far goes well.
And then after that fight, I will consolidate. You can't consolidate onto objectives, but you can consolidate.
Into combat.
All right, my turn's done. I managed to secure this objective. I am blocking this door heroically, and I'm stopping this character from going and killing you. I think I have done plenty.
All right.
Move in. Move in. Move in.
2 command points.
Movement turn 3, Battle Shocks the Hormagaunts, and they fail. All of the Hormagaunts. Movement cannot buy a Battle Shock roll.
So, movement, we are going to advance the Hormagaunts that are next to the Prime. Yeah, they're going to go to the door. Can the Neurogaunts get closer to the objective without getting into the
Yes, they can.
engagement range? Perfect. We're going to do that.
Now have the objective.
They're going to come out next to those Terminators.
The Termagants that return have passed their Battle Shock. The Hormagaunts are going to slip below decks to pop up and be annoying somewhere else.
Cool. That's movement.
Shooting phase now, he's trying to down the broker, and he kills the assistant. Hang on, Theo the Mechanic.
That's all the shooting I had. No, I have no charges. I do have a single Termagant that can punch a Hearthguard in the face, so we're gonna punch him in the face.
Are you sure you want to do it?
I have to fight. I don't have a choice.
I'm going to drop, yeah.
But it's him burning 2 command points, so I'll take it. Never mind, I don't.
The lone Gaunt has triggered counteroffensive from Nick, and they paced him. Interesting choice. I would have counterattacked into the Terminator Captain.
What this allows me to do is shoot him.
Enter round 3, and the Marines and the Votann hold 2 objectives. The Nid Death Guard have only taken 1 and corrupted it. They need to get to the burnination of the objectives.
I am going to
Steve Oath, a moment on the Poxwalkers here.
just encircle the objective.
Gentlemen, the ghost has returned. Oh, spooky, spooky.
Oh!
He's gonna eat some dudes. He's gonna eat some dudes.
He's down to 1. On mine. They're dead.
And with that, my work is done.
Shooting phase. 3 Hellblasters all shoot their pistols into the Poxwalkers.
Not a lot to shoot. It's right to the fight. The captain has slaughtered the Poxwalkers.
Cool. All right. That is the end of my turn. We go now to Tycho's turn.
Up to 3 command points.
Turn 4 for Tycho. Another objective burnt. That's 20 more points for Moob and Tycho. And they get a special choice here. It looks like no set to defend or Overwatch for Steve and Nick.
Might not be the best move, but that's what I'm happening.
Off to the movement phase.
All right, so there I'm within 1 inch of the door and not within 1 inch of Theo Mechanic. Zari Thrax stuck in the door forever.
Terminators boot that door open beside the broker Ironmaster, Theo the Mechanic. Plague Marines shoot Theo the Mechanic down. He is dead. More shots go to the Hearthkin, and down they go.
Charging time.
Charge phase now. Plague Marines into the Iron Here champ. Success. Oh no! Nick's lost the Iron Here champion. Eugene Bossart, say it isn't so.
Woo!
Dead Bossart. Grime Guts. I see you pathetic warriors.
Tycho with chink in the armor again to get lethals on 5s and kills 4.
Time for my turn.
Up to 3 command points for Nick.
Lone Hearthkin has failed his battle shock.
The best thing I can do for our team at this point is to make sure they don't take the subjective underneath here, I think.
Hearthguard looking to do some work in the warehouse.
All of these Hearthguard warriors fire their grenades at the infantry in front of them, and then they fire their plasma guns at the Hormagaunts.
Moving using on-rushing hordes with the Neurogons, they're going to be -1 to be hit. Hormagaunts die, and there are 36 shots into the Neurogons. Only 7 die, there's 4 left, but those are charge bait for sure. Into the Neurogons, down they go.
Wipe the unit, stop the objective. I yell up through the floorboards.
Hey up there! I did something! You hear something? Anyways, prepare the escape pods and the self-destruct sequence.
That is end of my turn. No points for us yet. We're still sitting on 1, 2, 3, and 1 underneath. So the game would end right now. We'd win the game.
120 to 40.
Moving. Turn 4.
Cool. I got 2 command points going to 3.
Movement fails Battle Shock, but in boarding actions, Insane Bravery is still post-roll, so the Termagants are actually going to pass for a command point.
I'm going to move the Prime over here to hide. I just need him to live. That's all he needs to do now. I can shut the door behind me.
The Termagants have grabbed that top objective, the Hormagaunts pop back up, and they have eaten a Hearthkin.
And I have some tricks up my sleeve.
That concludes my turn and round 4.
So because you guys have taken this objective away from us, if the game were to end right now, we'd have 30, 60, 90 points.
That is 2 burned objectives for Tycho and Moomin, and all of the sides are running out of forces. This is down to the wire. Tycho and Moomin are in position to burn a 3rd objective. Can the Marines and Votann hold on?
Reclaiming the ship is not possible. Prepare the escape pods. Create a randomized warp trajectory. This will be some other sector's problem. We're out of here. We'll be rid of the Tyranids, the heretics, and these Votann in one fell swoop.
I am going to Oath of Moment the Plague Marines.
Steve just needs to hold here. That's all he has to do.
The Space Marines on the bridge are readying the escape pods. We're getting out of here.
Hellblasters open up on the Plague Marines. 2 of them die to Hazardous, and the Hazardous shoot on death? That kills the last 2 Plague Marines. For the chapter!
So they blew themselves up to allow themselves to kill it.
Captain on Traitor Captain charge. Here we go. Steve pops the finest hour trying to kill the foul heretic. 3 immortals. He lives with 3 wounds. Tycho counter-offensives for 2 command points to fight back. Steve responds with the Emperor's name to get a 5-up, feel no pain, and he lives!
Oh! He's fine. Take that. Yeah. I'm gonna sling you into deep space.
What?
What? Okay, that's the end of my turn.
So I get 2 command points.
All right, Captain. You survived my first attack. But this one shall find a chink in your armor.
1 command point, down to 1.
I am going to give myself the 5-up feel no pain again.
I'm critting on 5s. Here we go, the Lord of Corpulence. I will even spend my last command point to re-roll that 1. So I only hit you once, but I wounded you 5 times.
Whoa, boy. 4 pinballs. Oh, I have 3 of them, though. Yeah. Feel the pain? Oh, no, he dies. He dies.
Finally, the captain has gone down. Lux Cosinus has fallen.
But I did stop Tycho from moving towards the objective.
Nick's turn 5 now. Can he stop moving from that objective? Hearthguard's set to Overwatch, and that's all he does.
That's my turn. I can't do anything else. I'm done.
My turn? Sure, I'm gonna go to 4 command points, cuz, let's make sure we get that right. I'm gonna call Shadows in the Warp. And the two that really matter are the Hearthguard underneath and this Hellblaster over here.
And we can't insane bravery this, can we?
Oh, brilliant play from Mubin. Shadows in the Warp on turn 5. If they fail both of these shadows, it's a win. If they fail one, it could be a tie. Hellblaster needs a 6. Succeeds. The Hearthguard need a 7. They fail. Oh no!
Oh, he failed. Scared by the shadow in the warp. I was like, ah!
Well, Nick, I think there's a reason why we're leaving you here.
The Hormagaunts fail so they can kill stuff, but hey, they're OC0. The Termagants fail, and Insane Bravery sees them succeed in regular battle shot. So that's a 3rd burned objective for Mubin and Tycho. If the Hormagaunts can kill the Hellblaster and kick him off that objective, that's going to give Tycho and Mubin the win. Can they do it?
Hormagaunts are gonna advance.
Charge.
They got 7.
They're in the charge. Steve within the Emperor's name to give him all the defense in the world.
Claw, scratch, kill.
Give us the bomb!
Winning on 5s though.
We need a brilliant roll right here.
Nope, not a single one.
That, I feel great.
And because they're OC0, because they failed Battle Shock, they can't take the objective away.
Wow! 60-60 at the end of the game. 2 held objectives for Steve and Nick. 3 burned for Mubin and Tycho.
Tie game!
Ends in a draw.
High five! Woo!
And what's this? Steve hits the button. The Space Marines have retreated to the escape pods. Having secured their relics and lacking access to the self-destruct, they've done the next best thing. Setting a random course through warp space will send the ship deep into the warp, emerging far from Imperium space, if at all, and removing the threat. The fact that they did not allow their Votann allies the courtesy of notification of their withdrawal, that's little consequence to them. The threat's been removed, and the mission for them is completed. For the forces trapped on the ship, it is a completely different story. Trapped with no immediate hope of escape, with the enemy forces on all sides and above and even below, it will be a miracle merely to survive. All are confident that they can turn this situation to their advantage. Now don't go away quite yet, the players have to roll for their battle scars. Any destroyed units on the roll of a 1 will receive a malady. Anything from can't receive stratagems to even minuses to move. Let's see how beat up they get. The Poxwalkers have taken a battle scar and they are disgraced. They cannot be enhanced or get leadership abilities anymore. 1 unit of the Hearthkin are battle weary. They're going to be -1 to leadership and desperate escape and battle shock tests for the rest of the series. Thank you for joining us for the 3rd episode of our 6-part series. This completes the first arc, but there is more to come. The final 3 episodes of the series will be exclusive content for our YouTube and Patreon membership. In fact, you can go join and watch the series right now. Joining our membership gets you access to this series and so many others. It's one of the best ways you can support us to help make even more content. Special thanks again to our sponsor for this episode, Baron of Dice. Make sure to check out the link in the description below and use code PLAYON to save yourself a couple of bucks at checkout. Until we see you next time on episode 4 of Terror in the Void, play on.